Yo, what's going on, guys? And we are here discussing Amari Williams after the news of Miles Norris, according to what is this? Booth Newspapers is stating that Amari Williams, the Englishman out of Kentucky, played for Drexel before that, is expected to sign with the Boston Celtics. The report is that basically once he does join, it'll be a two-way. Hayden Gray's also on the roster because they already have two of their two ways filled. So basically, I want to hear your thoughts. So this move of moving off of Miles Norris allows Boston freeing up one of their two-way spots because Max Shulga and RJ Lewis filled the other one. And before the move, Norris filled the third one. But now that that's unoccupied and the spot is vacant, Amari Williams, Boston's 46th overall pick in this past year's NBA draft, remains unsigned. And the open slot positions him as the logical candidate to be put on a two-way deal. No offense to Hayden Gray, but Hayden Gray is probably going to go to the training camp as he's already on an Exhibit 10 deal, and that will mean that he'll be waived unless like he stuns people and makes the team, but he'll be on an Exhibit 10 deal, and then he'll be put on the main Celtics, and if he spends 60 days there, he gets a $50,000 bonus on top of his G League salary, pushing his salary over $100,000. So why did Amari Williams fit into this team, or that they wanted to go ahead and bring in a guy like Amari Williams to Boston? Because he technically would be their fourth center with currently Luka Garza. You got yourself Xavier Tillman, Neemias Queta, and now Amari Williams going off the dome right there as part of their four-man big center by committee approach after Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, and Luke Kornet departed the team this offseason either by trade or free agency. So with Drexel being the first 4 years of Amari Williams' career and then spending the last year at Kentucky, he's a guy who averaged in 141 college games, 10.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, about 2 assists a game, really good passer, and over 1.5 blocks while shooting 53% from the field and showing some ability to shoot threes. Now, he was a guy who was a consistent double-digit scorer from his sophomore year on. He's a reliable rebounder, interior defender. And this past season, 56% from the field, 62% from the free throw line. And he's shown that he could impact games this past year as being a rim protector and a guy who could pass from the post or even pass in transition or be a dribble handoff guy. And we know how much Mr. Joe Mazzulla loves that. In 36 games for Kentucky, he averaged 11 points, 8.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 blocks, and someone that in college, okay, he showed the ability to guard both the 4 and the 5. The Englishman can be a switch big. He's more just a center, but he can guard both positions. He's someone who can create for others. And he averaged 6 points, 5 rebounds, almost 2 assists a night, 44% from the field in the summer league. And I got to see him, and I really liked it. So as we mentioned, the likely outcome would be if Boston signs the two ways, as we see and how Booth newspapers suggest. Max Shulga, out of VCU, the Ukrainian, RJ Lewis out of St. John's, and Amari Williams. Wow, they got basically Ukraine, Dominican Republic with RJ Lewis and Amari Williams out here hitting up the world stage right there. But I think it gives them a guard, a wing, and a front court depth in their two ways. That's how teams should approach it. And if you look at the team's current depth chart, Derrick White, Payne Pritchard, Shulga make up the shooting guards. Anfernee Simons, Sam Hauser, Baylor Shireman make up the shooting guards. Then you have Jaylen Brown, Hugo Gonzalez, RJ Lewis making up the small forwards. Chris Boucher, Jordan Walsh, Josh Minot probably make up the power forwards. They'll play Neemias Queta, Luka Garza, Xavier Tillman, and Amari Williams. Give them their front court depth. So I really like how this team looks, and it's pretty solid. So let me hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of this signing? Take care.